What up, this is Ramashkin at San Diego Comic-Con, and I'm here for Green Lantern, Beware My Power, and, with Ernie, the co-screenwriter. How are you, Ernie?
I'm pretty good.
Good. Congratulations on the film. Looking forward to screening it tonight.
Well, I really hope that you're going to be in there and enjoying it, and it's going to be great to see a film with 4,000 huge fans, so we're hoping for a great time.
Have you always been a Green Lantern fan?
Oh, yeah. Okay. I mean, I've read all of the Golden and Silver Age, and actually the Bronze too. It's only after about 2005, 2010 that, since I was working, I get a little more spotty. Yeah. But yeah, I'm a big Green Lantern fan. Always liked him, and John Stewart, especially for his kind of gritty upbringing. I thought he was a very different character than a lot of superheroes, which, let's face it, seemed to be really rich for some reason. It's like, what's your superpower? Wealth. Great wealth.
He's also the opposite of wisecracking Hal Jordan, right? Hal Jordan is more like, cracking jokes. Yeah. So how do you bring up that the seriousness of John Stewart, but at the same time also makes it entertaining?
Well, John's such a complex and layered character that I think that, he doesn't have to like crack wise. You can follow him. You want to follow him and see what he does, and that's why we put him with someone like Ollie Queen, because he's a little more levity for the character, and he's not one of the big three. Because if we put Batman, Superman, or Wonder Woman in this thing, then all of a sudden John Stewart gets relegated to being a bit player in his own origin story. Yeah. And who would be practically the person that would be harder to take care of is Ollie. I mean, he's a bowman in space, so this is also going to force John Stewart to have to do more and put him to the forefront of this film, which is what we wanted.
So a lot of people associate Green Lantern mostly with Hal Jordan, and that's fine. But I love John Stewart. He's the man. So talk to my fans, to remind them what's appealing, what's charming, what's interesting about John Stewart as a Green Lantern.
Well, what's interesting, one of the first things is that he's a minority, and as myself being a minority writer in animation, I'm probably the first minority writer in animation, certainly the longest running. This is my 40th year in the business.
Fraggle Rock?
I've done things like Fraggle Rock, and I'm probably best known for Spider-Man the Animated Series, for which I was the head writer and producer. So handling this minority character in his 50th year, this is his 50-year anniversary, this is my 40th year in the business, this is a really special moment for me, and that's what makes this character special to me. Also, he's a great character, and there's a whole generation of kids who grew up with him on Justice League, watching him. He is their Green Lantern. It's really exciting to bring him to the screen for them. And he's just a really cool character. I mean, he's a really cool guy. He's got a really deep background and a really interesting story to tell, especially in our movie. And I've written him before when I wrote an episode of Static Shock.
That's right.
That had him in it, and it was great to revisit him and actually kind of reintroduce him from the ground up in this film. So I think we did a really good job. And also, I'm old enough to have purchased the Denny O'Neil, Neil Adams comic when it first came out. And the Green Lantern, Green Arrow relationship, even though we're dealing with a different Green Lantern, it's still that relationship, the odd couple relationship of the two of them together, and I think we did a really good job bringing it to life.
What up, this is Ramashkin at San Diego Comic-Con for Green Lantern, Beware My Power, and I'm here with Jeff, the director of this new film. How are you?
Great, man. Doing great.
Good. Congratulations on the film. Looking forward to screening it. I haven't screened it yet.
Thank you.
I watched clips and looks fantastic. Yeah, what can we anticipate about this new Green Lantern? Now, is there something unique, interesting about his arc here?
I think more than anything, we haven't explained him much in the animated universe, and I think this is a chance to show who he is and what he is and why he has the tone and attitude that he has throughout the story, including from just the original Justice League when he was on that show. Like, he was a serious dude all the time. Yeah. And being able to kind of show where that comes from on this, I think is a great opportunity, and we really had fun doing that.
Now, people associate Green Lantern more with Hal Jordan, and that's understandable.
Yeah.
But I love John Stewart, right? So remind my fans again what it is about John Stewart that's appealing, that's charming, that's different than Hal Jordan.
I mean, from reading the comics and doing a lot of stuff, he has a different level of willpower about what he's doing. He also has a different way of interpreting those things. So we tried to bring that on screen. So it's not Hal Jordan. This is John Stewart. This is his story, and that's really what we tried to approach it like, is to give him his story and the reason why he's a hero. It's different than Hal. Hal's a wisecracking, cocky guy, right?
Yeah.
John Stewart isn't that.
Yeah, straight.
He's a straight arrow, but there's a way that he handles everything and a reason why, and we hope this movie brings that to light.
Now, last question. What's it like directing Aldous and Jimmy on these roles, as a director?
Oh, dude, it was so much fun. Like, those two guys are so good in their roles. We didn't have to push them in one direction or other when we were doing the directing. They were kind of like almost there right from the beginning.
Voice-wise?
Oh, yeah. They were voice-wise. It was only a slight change. They kind of brought it from the beginning, and we're kind of like, we only had to like say, all right, that's too cartoony, or okay, bring it down a little more into the serious, because we felt like consequences were really important for these characters. So, the way we read it, if they are too cartoony when they read it, it'll lose any of that consequence.